Sure.
Original site.
Okay. Okay, I think we're live, but it's a little bit delayed right here. It's okay. All right. Okay, so this is going to be for. There it is again. For anybody who's out there who wants to know something or get a read on something, whatever it is, whoever you are, I'm just going to kind of pull and see what I can find. So whoever's out there, anybody, just ask me any questions and I'd be willing to answer them for you. But until then, I'm just going to pull. And whoever resonates with, it resonates with. All right. First off, we have somebody who's interested in, stability, basically. Somebody who's interested in furthering their financial stability or their security. Who isn't, right? So let's pinpoint. We're also looking at somebody who is involved in a new relationship or looking for somebody to kind of be that knight in shining armor, or just, somebody who has recently come in. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The water sign who has come in, into your life, offering you emotional stability, or not emotional stability. They're offering you something emotional. They're offering you something, emotions and feelings and affection. So. And this could be a Scorpio because we have the Death card. And we also have the Justice card. So that could be Libra. So very interesting. If it's not any of these signs, then I would say it's something that is going to bring a big change to your life, or at least right now, there are big changes having to do with karma or having to do with something having to be balanced. You need balance in your life. And in order to get that balance, you're going to have to make some changes. Drastic changes, though. Drastic, like pretty much the death of something else so that something else can be renewed and reborn and transformed. You're going to have to transform yourself and your whole life and everything that you're used to doing, basically. Or when this person comes into your life, that's what it's going to do. So this is you basically not being able to let go of the past, but also being ready to move forward. See how the foot is like ready to go onward, but also stuck in the past and very defensive about the past too. Oh, I'm sorry. This is onward. This is the past. So very stuck in the past and defensive about it with this sword here. Like, no one can change my mind. Like, you don't know. Like, this is personal kind of thing. But also the Judgment card is here. So I take it you're judging yourself a lot and others as well. And others could be judging you. Or maybe something happened to where now you have to own up or take responsibility for something. I'm not sure. It just seems like there's judgment there. There's at this point, it's, you have to realize that you're in the situation of like something's happened. Something's happened for you, and now you're having to kind of face that. And it's not really fun, but it is what it is. So this could indicate you not being committed to a relationship or somebody not being committed to you, who comes in and kind of like gives you all this passion and then kind of just leaves the next day, and you're like, well, okay, fuck you. But yeah, and it looks like overall though, either you're gonna win out of this situation or they are. I feel like, sadly it could be them, which is kind of fucked up. And I'm not gonna lie, that's super fucked up and that's stupid and fuck them. But this person could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could also be a water sign we have here. Somebody who you once cared for, who really cared for you too. I wouldn't say that they were lying when they said they cared about you, And right now it's showing a break. So I mean, I like seeing the Four of Swords in a reading like this because basically it tells me that this doesn't necessarily have to be an ending. It could be just a break, just a rest period. You know, you need a rest from this person, and you know, hopefully that means you'll end up on top eventually afterwards. It's just, you know, you basically what it tells me is that you both have something to gain from this relationship, but that you did care about each other, and that there's nothing that denies that. For sure. So let's go to a different scenario. Let's go to a different person, different story here. Oh, also for the last one, new beginnings, pregnancies. There could be a new start to this. So like I said, you know, there's this break, but I think there will be a new beginning, at least of some sort in some way. So I don't think, at least what I could say, not that necessarily you'll be back together. I don't want to like throw that out there because some of you, obviously that's not going to be the case, but I will say that you will have some type of communication or maybe even friendship, if not a relationship again. Something will happen to where you will see them again. Okay. So I have some questions, but I can't see them for some reason. But I can see them on my other phone, so that's okay. I'll just answer them from there. Okay, so yeah, you got mine back. Okay, it sounds like your situation. Nice. So yeah, I'm taking questions to anybody who wants to know anything. Of course, definitely taking questions. So let me know what your questions are, and I'll go ahead and answer them for sure. Okay. Should you meet him tomorrow? He's a Libra, you're a Virgo. I'm a Virgo too. What's up, girl? But okay, so let's see. Will you guys, so first question, will you guys get back together? I don't like to ask yes or no questions just because it kind of leaves us with this like, it's not, you know, very many places to go. Plus everyone has their free will, so anything can change at any time. Just keep that in mind. So I like to keep it open-ended and say, you know, what's the likelihood of us getting back together, or what does that look like if I meet with him tomorrow? Those types of questions. So that's what I'll ask here. What is the likelihood, or what is tomorrow, if I meet up with him tomorrow, what is likely to happen? You know, what's our relationship status if I go and meet with him tomorrow? Okay. Taking that action will lead to something good. I mean, Wheel of Fortune here, and also the King of Pentacles, or it's the King of Wands. So I feel like, you know, since he's not a fire sign and neither are you, unless you guys have fire in your chart, this is telling me that taking action like a fire sign, you know, just going for it and taking that action will lead to the Wheel of Fortune, which is obviously a good thing. But we also have some disappointment in some area here. So keep that in mind, that that's not necessarily saying that you guys will be back together, but it's saying you won't regret doing it. Like, even if you regret it at first or something, you know what I mean? Like, in the long run, it's going to be like, you're glad you went instead of not going. So that's what I do know. But let's see. Okay, just a second, you guys. Let me answer this one first, and then definitely I will answer the other ones. But let's see. Yeah, okay. He's a Sagittarius moon. So yeah, it's fire. Fire. That's funny. My boyfriend's a Sag moon too. Okay, yeah. You know, why not do something together for your birthdays? You know, if you're willing to. And if he is too. I don't know what terms you guys are on right now, but it seems like if you go and see him tomorrow, it will be a good idea. You'll be glad you did. But of course, remember, there is this disappointment. So basically what I think about this is, you know how he has the 3 cups here, stand or fallen, and then the 2 standing still? So basically that's like you're looking at the negative instead of the positive, or there's positive still in the situation, but it's just hard to see that right now, either because you're not looking at it and focusing on the bad things, or it's just hard to focus on the good things because the bad things kind of like overpower the good things. So I mean, it could just be, you know, natural to do that, but let's see what this disappointment is talking about here, like specifically. What is the disappointment here? It could just be not exactly what you had hoped, is what I'm getting. Okay, it could be quicker than you'd wanted or expected. Okay. All right. So that's good. Let me just get one more. Okay. Okay, one more. All right, so we do have the Emperor here. Basically, okay, so with these three, it's almost like either it's too quicker than you'd want, like you want more time. But because these two are here, I feel like someone is offering something affectionate. You said, will it be anything like emotional or, you know, romantic? And I feel like that is definitely, there's a chance, definitely. There's a big chance of that. Because of these two cards here. This card is representing somebody offering you affection, and this one obviously is talking about somebody that you're in a relationship with, a true love, somebody that you're very connected to and see eye to eye with. So the disappointment could be that it's not happening quicker, that, you know, you guys getting back together is not happening quicker, or you're not getting that affection you want in a, you know, because this card is all about very quick, very abrupt, very kind of in your face, like that just it's happening now and there's nothing you can really, like, thinking before acting. And I feel like you really want them to be affectionate with you. You want them to just forget about everything that's happened and just like be with you again and just, you know, make things right, which makes sense. And so that could be the disappointment. The disappointment is maybe that that's not going to happen tomorrow. Basically, I see though that you do have control over the situation. Like you have control, even if it feels like you don't. It's like the emperor here is basically saying that you have control, like over, because he's an emperor. He has control over the empire. He says, you know, he overtakes or oversees everything and says what happens and all that, you know, makes the rules and make sure everyone's taken care of. So you do have control more than you think. But with the Two of Swords here, it's showing that you need to make a decision. So I feel like this decision hasn't been made yet by you. And also, it's showing that since she has a blindfold on there, it's showing that she doesn't know that she has power, because the two swords she has in her hands, they can, you know, if she slices that, somebody's face is going to get rearranged and it's not going to look the same. So that's very powerful. She has a lot of force within her hands, but she's not even aware of that because of the blindfold. So I feel like that's you. Like you just don't know that you do have a lot of power if you make a certain decision. Certain decisions you make will change this whole situation. So even if it's like you have to change the way you're looking at yourself or the way you're looking at the situation, like just make sure that you know that you're getting your needs met. And if that doesn't involve what he's trying to involve, then, you know, you still have power to make that decision. So I know that like you probably are going to want him to, you know, you're going to try to do maybe whatever he wants, or I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm just saying, you know, most of us, when we want to be with somebody again, it's like we're just kind of like looking at what they want, but it's really important that you know that you do have power over the situation. So I feel like you need to look at what you want more and kind of just make that a priority, you know, because I think if you do make that a priority, he'll kind of follow suit, which of course is not 100% that he will, but that's what the cards are trying to say right now. So I feel like I just need to get that out there to you, explain that a little bit. Okay, so okay, a Cancer and a Virgo. So so he's the Cancer and you're the Virgo. Currently in separation. This is for Sarah. Cool, Jenna. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks for asking your question. Okay. All right. So for Sarah, okay, how does he feel about you? You're not gonna go? Oh, okay. So how does you feel about this Virgo person? Sarah. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean you had to leave or anything. I was just wondering. Okay, so I get that he feels a bit trapped in the situation. Like, I'm not sure why that is, but basically someone needs to do some self-reflecting, because it looks like, you know, they're getting everything that they really wanted or had hoped for in it. Like, it's like whatever they want or whatever they see in you or whatever, you know, the case may be, whatever the situation they feel has to gain, it's there, but they just, you know, and also, you know, Ace of Cups, but for some reason they feel trapped. So, or they feel like their hands are tied. So it could even be that, you know, they're in a situation with somebody else and they just feel like they don't want to hurt that person. They love that person, but they really do want a chance with you, or they really do want to be with you, or something like that, you know, like they just, and it may not be the case in your situation, like they're with someone, but for some reason it's something like that, to where they just feel like their hands are tied, like they don't have a choice, like they have to be in the situation that they're in right now and they can't be with you, or it's not working because of something, but really they just need to do some self-reflection, because there is the Ace of Cups here. So I feel like this really does have the potential to be something, you know, abundantly, um, I guess romantic, you could say, just something where there is a lot of love to give and receive. So I feel like there's no doubt about that, you know, and for some reason this could even be that somebody that feels like they are getting exactly what they want, and maybe that's not a good thing, you know, like they're getting what they want and they know they can do whatever they want, but for some reason that makes them feel stuck. It's like they don't feel like they really have much breathing room, or they don't feel like they have any way out. So maybe this is just a person that feels better having freedom or being single, but they like you a lot, and you know there's love there, but for some reason they just feel stuck. So let's see what that reason is more, if I can get a little more of a understanding about that. Just gonna see if you've said anything to me about this. Okay, so yeah, I mean, was he acting like he could just do whatever he wanted or something? Is that what you mean by bad behavior? Like he was being like a bit arrogant, or thought like he just had you like that and you were like, please. But good for you, you know, because that's, a lot of people can't really make that step even if they want to. So that's good if you felt like he was not treating you right. And that's good that you cut him off. Okay, so yeah, it's like he's kind of just like being unreliable. Right, of course. Okay. So is he that type of, I mean, that's, so that could be the thing, is that he's that type of person that just feels stuck in a committed relationship. Um, Even if he does have love for you and care for you, it's, but that's good that you cut him off, because I think that he will, if he is going to come back around, obviously, he's going to respond to that. I don't think it's something that's gonna, like, you're showing him basically like, you can't just do this to me, or I don't want you in my life. So that's, you're having boundaries, and that's a good thing. So yeah, okay, we got Seven of Swords here. Hope in the world. All right. You may ultimately end up letting this go, but then at the same time, you do have these feelings from the past, like you don't want to let it go, obviously, but you know, he just keeps you on your toes too much. He just keeps you not sure of yourself and not sure of your guys' situation. So, I mean, the Seven of Swords is here, so basically that's telling me that there is sneakiness here. I don't think that's really gonna stop right now. Like he might try to come back, but he may try to kind of you know, like make it seem like he's being honest, or make it seem like he's changing, but really he's kind of just like not. And then we do have the Star card, and also that represents Aquarius, but if not, then we have the Star card and the World. So I feel like when everything comes full circle, everything comes full circle, you know, this is also representing the phases of life, like things, the seasons, just time moving on and going forward. So that's telling me like when things just continue on, eventually there is a good chance that I just feel like he's not going to change in the sneakiness. I feel like he's going to I feel like that also means that he probably will try to represent someone who's more honest, or he's going to try to be seen as a person who's more what you're wanting, basically, for him to stop acting the way he's been acting. And he's going to try to come back and be like, not that person. But I would just be careful, because it seems like he's kind of playing it. It seems like you need to be making sure that he's really doing what he's saying he's doing, or really about what he's saying he's about. So just I think it's good that you have a good strong boundaries, because it seems like he's kind of just not ready to be with a person that is as serious as you. He's just not at your level yet. Even though that may be hard to hear, it's maybe this will make him change, but I would just be careful with that for sure. Okay, who is next? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to go up here really quick. Okay. Okay, does anybody know who's next? Whoever was next, I don't want to skip you. Okay. Yes, Tarot TV with T. Oh, that's a cute name. You may ask. Okay, how does Eric feel about me, Tina? All right. I think that's the next one. Okay. How does Eric feel about you? Oh, and thank you, Sarah, for the question. Okay, how does feel about Tina? How does Eric feel about Tina? Okay. Okay, so is it you or is it him who feels like you are hard to keep around, like you're always going somewhere else, or always you're just hard to keep in one place? Or is that him who feels like he's always having to, leave, and maybe he's a little avoidant, like he's just always on the move. He's always, you're like, you can't keep him in one place. And what do you suspect that he is doing when he leaves? Or is this you? I feel like it's him, but I may be just a little like jaded and think the guys are the ones who are always doing something like that. It could be you. I mean, it could be you who's the one who's hard to stick around, Okay, it's both. Okay. Okay, so, well, let's see what this means to you. So I would say that when he's leaving, or when you're leaving, or when you're just hard to keep around, whatever you're out doing, Seven of Swords is here too. So I feel like there is something that you guys are hiding from each other, if not just not being completely 100% about your feelings. Like I said, there could be that avoidance there. Like when you guys get close, it's like you both kind of want to retreat. Like it's like you get close, and then, or you get further, there's progress, you get a little closer, you talk a little more about some certain things that you feel like you guys are a little closer in connection. And then like maybe like a conversation, you just are talking for a long time over text or something, and then like you guys both kind of get scared, or you're like, okay, wait, is this really, like, I'm gonna back off a little bit, I don't feel comfortable with this. Maybe because you've just never been in a healthy relationship that felt like it was comfortable when things were getting close, or you've been hurt in the past, so now it's kind of like, wait, I don't want to do that. But it looks like overall you guys do want a good happy ending. It's just, and there is, whoever is the more stable one, I would say, is the one who's not doing this. There is that stable person. I don't know what your signs are. If you're an earth sign, then this would be talking about you, but if it's them, then this would be talking about them. But it looks like you guys are kind of both wanting the same things. It's just that it could be that avoidance there. It could be that like little behavior. Even sometimes the Seven of Swords is talking about something that's positive, that you're hiding from each other. But you know, a lot of times I don't really see it that way. It could be that way, but I don't really see it that way. I'm gonna pull some clarifiers though, just to make sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. I love that. I'm the Virgo. I'm the stable one. Yep. No. But yeah. So yeah. Okay. It looks like you guys are both. So yeah, like you said, working. So both focused on stability, and overall, that's supposed to make you happier. But there is this thing here that is just. What is the Seven of Swords here for? What is the Seven of Swords here for? For Tina and Eric. Okay. Like I said, right. Okay. And also, you guys could have some options open. Like you could have, thank you. Basically, the Seven of Swords here is representing some action that you guys are indecisive about. So, like I said, it could just be that avoidance. It could be that, you know, it's getting a little uncomfortable with how, like, you guys are getting closer. And then, you know, you guys could have other options. And if you don't have other options, what I would say about that is that you guys are seeing it in an unrealistic way. Like, you're worried about nothing. Like, you're worried about something, but really you don't need to be worried about it. You know, you're seeing it in a way that's a little unrealistic. So, I would just chill on that. I mean, and decide what you want to do, because really, this is really just kind of lacking your guys' full force. You know, action taking. You guys don't. You guys aren't being thorough. You guys aren't being like through and through with this. It's like you're not really sure what you want, but you just need to make a decision. You know, you got to figure out what you want and then decide if you even want to screw with each other. You know what I mean? Because it's like you. I feel like you guys are confusing yourselves just by not making that decision. You're the Leo. Okay, but you're the stable one. Okay. You got in. Okay, yeah. So this is something that you guys are just going to have to you guys are going to have to make some decisions here, especially because you've been together longer. It's like you at this point should know, you know, how each other works a little bit and kind of like what is expected from both of you when you get into arguments like this, or when you guys lie and it's found out and things like that. Like what your routine is. Like, is it going to be over? Is it going to be resolved? Like, are you guys taking a break right now? Like, you know better than I do what you guys usually do. But the thing about that is I feel like you guys need to stop you know, like you're asking right now, and that's fine. It's just that I feel like you kind of already know what you need to do, and you need to do that. You know, do the right thing. And you've been together a while, so don't, you know, obviously be considerate of their feelings and yours as well. Get your needs met and have boundaries. But always say that, have boundaries. But you know, if you were the one who lied, then make it right. You know, do something if you want to still be with them. You know, make it right and figure out what it is that needs to be done so that you can make it right, if it can be made right. Okay, I think, let's see here. Okay, my boyfriend was saying the next question was about Leos. Yeah, okay, so my question is, will me, Leo, and Leo get back together? So, yeah, I want to thank you for that question. What was your name? Tarot Hugh. Can I find you now? Okay, Tarot TV with T. Yeah, that was okay. Thank you for your question. Appreciate it. Um, and now we have very random. Will me and Leo get back together? And you're both Leos. That's a fiery combination. Interesting. I don't know how you do that, but that could be cool, I guess, you know. Okay. You're going to be waiting a little bit. Or at least that's what you're doing now. You're going to be waiting a little bit. Leo. That's what that represents. Also to be strong, you know, so maybe it's saying that there is hope here. Let's see. But you're waiting for sure a little bit. Like it won't happen very soon, but, you know, just hang in there. The money situation between you, I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's showing that either material items, maybe it's material items or your money situation. But for some reason you're feeling stuck or like your hands are tied, like you can't move past it. It could even be that you have some of his material items or you have things that he's given you that makes you feel stuck in that position of like not being able to move on and forward and make a decision, like you're stuck there because of that, or it could be your money situation that you're stuck because of that. And maybe that's why this isn't working, because financial burdens are just getting to your guys' relationship or, you know, something like that. I'm seeing there's a decision that needs to be made, but it's not being made. You're not able to move forward because of King of Pentacles here. And obviously Eight of Swords, but, you know, something about money or finances or material items, something like that, something physical that you can touch and feel and see, is stopping you from being able to move forward. Okay. And it could be the security as well, you know, the security that you guys have together. It's just, so basically being able to move forward, maybe that's going to help you to not get over each other then. But you guys feel stuck is the thing. So it's kind of difficult because, you know, you want to be together, but then feeling stuck is like, do you want to be together or are you just scared to lose each other? You know, which seems like the same thing, but it's really not, because if you want to be with somebody, you want to be with them. But if you're scared to lose them, then that could be some other things that are keeping you together. And is that going to hold your relationship together? You know, that's a question you got to ask yourselves, if that is enough to keep you guys going in the long term. Okay, so thank you for that question. Very random. It wasn't random at all, but okay. Okay, who's next? Is it Joy? Is it Joy? Yeah. Okay. So, what should I expect in my love life for the rest of 2020? I'm sorry to put you on blast. I've recently moved to a new apartment and cut myself off from a bunch of people. I'm a Gemini. What should I expect in my love life for the rest of 2020? Okay. Gemini. Sorry, it's moving. I'm like on my bed right now, so it's like just kind of moving. So let's see. Gemini here. For the rest of 2020, what's your love life looking like? Getting kind of a new start right now. What's it going to look like? Gemini. Gemini. So, this new place you moved into. Okay, you cut yourself off from a bunch of people, you said. So it looks like you're going to be making some new friends, or at least if they're not new friends, you'll be connecting with old friends again. Either that or it could be a third-party situation that you're going to be involved in. But since we're asking about love, I would say it even could be a mutual friend that you meet. There's definitely hope with the star card here. There's definitely like hope, it's saying, like believe that there will be, you know, opportunities for that to happen. it could be with an Aquarius because that's what the star card represents. But I feel like it could be, and if it is an Aquarius, even more so, it could be a mutual friend that you meet and get involved with. But I feel like it might not even progress into a relationship. You know, it will probably just be a friendship at this time. Okay, so why is that disappointing? Okay, because you're wanting more than a friendship and they may not. Or this could be someone that you just don't see in a romantic way. They may want to be with you and you don't see them that way. They're more of a friend. For some reason, this kind of like leads to something falling apart. Now, it could be that with the tower, it needs to happen. The thing about it is it needs to happen. A lot of people try to run from it, you know? So just for the rest of the year, do not force anything. Anything that you're trying to make happen that just isn't happening, just stop trying to force it to happen because it won't happen, or at least it won't happen in a way that is ideal or that you would want for yourself. So don't force anything and do not resist any changes. Like anything that's trying really hard to change that you're just like, no, 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 no. Like doing everything you can to make sure it doesn't change. Just, you know, flow with it. You know, things will work out. These things need to happen. That's what the tower is about. Tower is, it's not always pleasant, but after everything is said and done, it's the sun comes out and everything's new and it's a good thing. It's like transformation and it needs to happen and you can't avoid it. So honestly, just flow, you know, try to flow with things because that's the only way to do it with the tower. And but yeah, I see this person, it's disappointing because to me it shows that you want to move forward and you want to create something more. You want to kind of progress in a relationship, you know, and you want a relationship. And this person could be a Cancer as well. So because of the Chariot here, but I feel like it is just going to be a friendship because it's something you're collaborating with this person. So it could be again a mutual friend or friends that you guys kind of hang out a lot, or there's some project, some joint project or something you guys are working on, but it's not helping you to find a relationship. I feel like it's something that you just are going to be single for a little bit because you're just not finding the right person. The people that are around you are friends and they're good friends. Like I wouldn't say they're not cool people and good people, but it's just not people that are trying to be serious romantically right now. So, you know, it may just not happen for the rest of 2020. But I do think that you will meet some friends for sure. And either you'll be interested in them or they'll be interested in you and the other won't. Or at least not in that way, you know? Okay. Okay. Hugh is next. Okay. How does A feel about me? We stopped. You're welcome. Thank you, Joy, for the question. Okay. I was wondering, how does A feel about me? We stopped talking a month ago, but I miss him. That sucks. I understand. I'm sure we've all been there before. So let's see here what's going on. That question. The next question. Okay, so this one first. Okay. How does he feel about you? Dang. Bye. Be safe, you guys. Okay. No worries. Gonna take that one. Sorry, there's mad glare. But let's elaborate on that before I say what I think that means. Wow. There's a lot of confusion in this situation because there's been a past. I feel like this isn't like just a, I feel like you guys have either been together for a while or this is someone you've known for a while. And it's like you guys have been through certain things. I feel like helped each other out with certain things. And even when it gets hard or things have happened in your guys' lives, individually in your lives or together, you still stick it out. Like, even though maybe you shouldn't have, or other people, wouldn't have, or they think maybe you shouldn't, or whatever they think, something like that. They think, like, how are you guys still together or friends or whatever it is? But I feel like you're still, or this person has shown time and time again that they're really not a good person for you and you are still wanting to be with them or something like that. It's just the idea of you guys going through it and still being going through and still choosing to be in each other's lives. And the moon's here. This could be a Pisces person, but or you could be a Pisces. But if not, I would just say that means there's a lot of confusion in this situation. Like, for whatever reason, you guys are not on the same level right now. Maybe it seems like you are, but you're not. We have never been together. It's a situationship. Exactly. Like, it's just something that you can't, like, you want, and you just still want it, even though maybe you shouldn't for whatever reason. Like, something is just shown that it's really not a good thing, like rough. But or like maybe you just see into the future that like it probably wouldn't work, but you're just, something's keeping you there. And there could be a joint project or something that you guys are working on. We have the Three of Pentacles here. So or it could be that you guys kind of exchange ideas or something, and it's, you guys are interested in each other, but for some reason there's confusion. So let's see why that's there. I hate this card sometimes, but this lovely little fella, it's really fucking cool. He's really lovely sometimes. It means that he's not committed. Like, he's probably showing mixed signals, and that's why the moon's here, because it's so confusing, because you're like, what the hell is going on? Like, it seems like he's interested, but he's not, and it's just, yeah, and it's like, what do you want, dude? He's passionate one day, and the next day he seems interested, he's all talking to you, and then the next day he's like not even talking to you at all, and you're like, you're a dick. Yeah, I hate when people do that. But yeah, it just seems like he's not serious, or he's not sure what to do or what he wants. Okay, we have, okay. So he needs to, I have Virgo and Capricorn here also, but the Hermit and the Devil. So, but it could be a Virgo or in a Capricorn. But if not, it's talking about basically, there could be a new start with this person, or a beginning, an actual beginning of some sort, but it wouldn't be healthy. It would be a bad thing for you. And I feel like he needs to own up to certain things that he, dare I say, probably won't own up to. But if you're having boundaries and you're being true to yourself, then I would say that this is something that you need to make him do, or before you proceed. That's why it would be unhealthy, because he's probably not going to, because you need him to do that. You need him to take responsibility for his behavior, or for his lack of consistency, whatever it is. Okay. Yeah, exactly though. Like, he's on and off, he's hot and cold. Now he's been hiding. It's like he needs to take some self-reflection time before you give this another chance. When he does come back around to try to do this whole game playing thing again, you really need to just consider if you really want to be with somebody like that, because obviously he's shown that unless he changes and shows and takes action and shows, hey, actually, you know what? I want to be there for you, or I want to be with you. Don't do it, I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do. But I'm just saying, the cards are saying this is not going to be a good thing for you. It's already not a good thing for you because of how much you want it and how much he's just not real with you about it, it's, you know, I've been there, and it's like, it's not a good place to be. It's basically giving them all the control, and then feeling like chained to the situation, like you know, the control, you have no control over yourself, you feel like, you know, like, don't you hate that when somebody has so much, like, you like them so much, and they, it's almost like they have control over you because you just want it so bad, and they are just like, either they're screwing with you, or they're just not serious, or they're just not giving what you need, you know, and it's not cool. It's not cool, and it doesn't feel good, you know. It's a hard place to be. But so yeah, probably. I mean, just let him, if he's already gone, you know, just, and if he's meant to come back around, he will, you know. Of course, it's cliche, but I mean, seriously, it seems like it's just not fun to be consumed by something that isn't reciprocating, you know. It sucks. It's like, it sucks to wait around like that and to be wondering and to want it, you know. It, I get it. I totally get it. Um, okay. But thank you for the question. Um, thank you. Yeah, this is a pretty chill reading. My cat's trying to like claw through the door. Okay. Black is King, a film by Beyonce going to win an Emmy. What's the likelihood of its success? I'll say. How success? Well, if it's probably gonna be successful if it's Beyonce, because she's just Virgo. No, she's pretty successful. I mean, in everything she pretty much does. Okay. Hard to say. I feel like if people care about it enough, yes, but people will be moving away from something that they know normally. Maybe it's because of this new day and age, how people are more accepted for whatever they are, which is great, awesome, love it, you know. I'm supportive of that. But it looks like, you know, they're going to be leaving. It's kind of like, instead of being very caring about something or very sympathetic, they're going to be more doing what they want, which in a way is lending toward the sympathetic, since we're allowed to do that now more, because of the laws changing and everybody's kind of being more accepting. But it seems like people will be moving away from that caring place, or from a place that they feel at home with. So what I'm saying is, I feel like it's going to be something that's different, that people will like, because it's giving them that freedom to do what they want and be what they want. So just to explain that a little bit, it's like they're going to be leaving this more caring into something more very like, I'm going to do me and be what I want to be. So I feel like it will be successful because of that. I feel like if not an Emmy, it will be successful. I mean, I don't think that it just depends on how far people want to go with it. Like, if people want to be in that position of like feeling empowered, you know, feeling empowered. If people react to it in that way, then yes, it will be very successful. I mean, just knowing Beyonce, I feel like it will be very successful. But you know, of course, you never know. But I think that that's saying basically it's up to people, like, and how they react to it. If they feel like more empowered, or more like they can, like, this is something that's a good thing for people, and they want to like support that, then obviously that will be, it'll be more successful. Let me shut my door really quick because it's kind of late. Okay. Happily ever after. Did you have a question? Can I ask how the Virgo going to feel when he finds out I'm pregnant? Great question. That is, yes, happily ever after. Go ahead. And I will answer this one first, just because I'm already starting to answer it. for Florence Rivers. And then after that, I'll do the happily ever after. So just go ahead and ask the question. Okay, when he finds out you're pregnant, ooh, how will he react? Oh, so this guy slipped out. I almost want to just shuffle over again just to see if that's even accurate. But I did get these, the ones that I pulled. So, but because the Seven of Swords is there, it's just, I don't want to say, because this to me would be a good thing. Like he's feeling like, okay, you know, I have something to offer, I have something to gain through this. But since the Seven of Swords was right there and kind of slipped out first, it could be that he's being fake about that. So let me just reshuffle because I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction. So I don't want to. It could be either way. Like I said, I'm jaded with men. You know, sometimes men are just fucking fake assholes. So let's see what's going on for your situation specifically. Oh my god, I'm everywhere right now. Okay. How's he gonna react when he finds out she's pregnant? Okay. Tell me he's not a Sagittarius. He's not. Okay, good. Cause oh god. Okay, because I won't say. But so this means harmony then, and balance. But there is. Here's the thing. I don't think he's ready for it. And this is really kind of brutal, but with the Ace of Swords, I feel like he's almost hoping for an abortion, you know what I mean? Like for it to end, for harmony to be restored, because there's going to be a break. I feel like he's not going to be down for this. Like there's going to be a break. Like there's going to be a break or a rest period, you know, distance from him, which is not cool. You know, it's like, okay, well, you weren't distant when we were, you know, men. No, not specific. I mean, he may not ask for that, but that's what I feel like it's going to be about, you know. He may not say that, but he will have time to say something because of the Ace of Swords. That's communication. But I feel like in order to restore harmony or balance or whatever you guys had going, he may distance himself because he's feeling like this is different now. And that's not cool. I mean, he's not really owning up to being, you know, his part of it, because it's like, okay, but I'm pregnant, like you were part of this. But let me just see a little more about what he's gonna do, because something's gonna come out. Okay. So he doesn't think he's financially ready, is what he'll probably say, or that he has it all together enough to be ready. But something comes out and there's arguments about it. So I feel like, again, he's not really about it. There could be arguments with more than one person too, but he's defensive, or you're defensive. But I feel like it's him, like almost like you had talked about it before or something, and like you just, you know, like how could, and it's like it's not like I planned this, like this just happened, and like I'm not doing anything against you. Like I don't know, I just feel like he's gonna be a little immature about it, acting like it's like something against him or something, or like just like something that he was not about. But it's kind of like I wasn't about it either. This just happened. I don't know. I feel like he's just not gonna be realistic, almost just because he's just not down. Like, and he just is gonna be like trying to, you know, do anything he can to like any excuse, like just not the truth, not that I'm not a man, so I can't really be there for a kid. You know, like of course he's not gonna say that, but you know, I just think that I just think that you deserve better for sure, because that's a hard situation to be in, and he's really not going to be comforting, I guess you could say, about it. Girl, good thing you're here, because look at this. This is the first card I get, and I go, oh, maybe I'm wrong, right? Then this is the one I get, and I'm like, it just had to. It just had to be that, right? It just, like, thanks. But thank you, Tarot, for telling us. But, I mean, give me a fucking break here, But Judgment is here pretty much because it's saying, like, look, I'm glad you're here right now to look at this, because this is what is in store, and honestly, you can do so much better. You need to judge it right now and know that this situation does not look like it's going to end in a way that is favorable to you if you're wanting a relationship with this person, for them to be supportive. They are not a person to be trusted. It is going to be unexpected that they will, because one second they want something happy with you, and the next second you're going to be wondering what the fuck just hit you, because they are not, I think that they don't even know exactly what they want. Like, it may not be even that they're completely against the pregnancy, but they're just like not ready, so they're like freaking out, and they're going to take it, they're not really going to be like understanding of you. They're going to be more understanding of themselves, and that they don't really know what the hell to do. And so they're going to kind of like do some shit that is not nice, or not necessarily like not nice, but just not very considerate. They may run away and not be considerate at all. So yeah, let's see here. My person, thank you for the question, by the way. My person, Virgo, said to me that he wants to focus on finding a job and himself, not relationships at the moment, and we are long distance. Well, his intention after all of this is to be with me. Let's see here. What does he want with you in the next year, or after he feels like he's found himself? Is this genuine to what he's saying? Does he want to be with you eventually? What are his intentions in the long term with you? Okay. Okay, so because you are wanting this to happen, I feel like basically you're going to be thinking about, the past and how you guys, wanted to be together and everything. And that's going to lead you to, hold on and wait. And I think what he's really trying to say, like, he doesn't want to hurt you. And he is focused on stability in his job and his money. But with the Tower here, I feel like this is not something that you should hang on to, because it's going to end up being something that is not really what you're wanting. Like, I feel like he's not really, I mean, he could be planning on being with you eventually, but I just feel like he very quickly is seeing a heartbreak, and he does care, so he doesn't want to do that. So he's being like, he's not really being blunt enough. I feel like he's saying these things, but he's not cutting to the chase of that. He's not sure what he wants and what he's going to want. You're nice and you're lovely, and he doesn't want to hurt you, but he feels like very soon that is what's going to happen, because he is focused on his stability here. Like, very soon, right around the corner, very quickly here, very abruptly, it's going to hurt you, and he doesn't want to do that, because he is the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So he is focused on stability in his money and his job. But personally, I don't think he sees it with you right now. And that's heartbreaking, and of course he doesn't want to do that though. So I wouldn't say he's like an asshole. I mean, I just think that for whatever reason you guys have drifted apart, or he's not wanting that right now. Maybe it's just literally he's not wanting that right now. But and he knows it's going to hurt you, but he doesn't really know. Well, it's not that he doesn't know what else to do. It's just that he doesn't want to hurt you, but he just doesn't want to. He is focused on his stability right now and his money, and that doesn't involve you right now. But okay, but damn it. So I do see a reunion, but here's the thing. The reunion comes after there is big changes, drastic almost, like you are a different person and so is he. And so when you guys do come back together at some point down the line, this guy's here too. So one of you, it could be you. I mean, maybe you'll be over it really by that time. You never know. It could be you, but it could be him, of course, or it could be both. That one of you is not really going to be into it as much or committed. Like you probably will come back together at some point, like just maybe not even a relationship, but just come back together and even talk about kind of what you want to do. Both knowing that that is, what the last thing you left off at, what you were saying last was that you were going to be together again. So you're both coming together with this intention of like, okay, well, what is going to happen? Like, we're trying to figure out what we want to do. How are you? Blah, blah, blah. And you guys have both changed drastically. And so that could be why you guys aren't really about it anymore. Someone is just kind of like iffy, or it's almost like you guys come back together. It's very passionate because you're thinking about, the past. You're thinking about, how you guys have, been toward each other in the past when you were younger. And I just feel like one of you or both is not going to really be about it anymore. So it's like later on, you may just not really be into it because you've changed and your needs are different. Yeah. But hey, it could be you too, who just doesn't want that anymore with that person, or just in general, you're not really wanting what you wanted before. Maybe at that point you'll be like trying to just be single and focus on your own stability. You never know what's going to happen. It's just for some reason one of you or both is not going to be committed to that ideal anymore. Okay. So some of the qualities. This is for Julie J. Thank you for that question, by the way. I keep forgetting to say that until like I'm on the next question. But okay, so I hope you are well too. Thank you. I am. Your cards describe some of the main qualities and flaws of my future husband. Okay, so in the we're saying, because we don't know for sure, right, if you will have a future husband. Maybe you won't ever get married. You never know. So this is what I want to say is, can we say your next serious relationship? Because we don't know if you're ever going to get married, so I can't really ask that question. You know what I mean? And I can't ask if you will get married because that's a yes or no. But we can ask what's the likelihood for you to get married, and we can ask, what's your next serious, significant relationship, long-term relationship? What is that person going to have? What traits are they going to have? Good and bad. So let's see here. Next serious, significant relationship. What are the good and bad traits of this person? Is there any long-term serious relationship with in the future? Next serious relationship. Okay, someone who's definitely stable, caring, definitely focus on stability, but they are a bit of a loner. Not necessarily a bad thing. And they will be, your communication will be good. Yeah. Looks like they'll have a lot to say. They're very opinionated, but they're caring though. So they're not like opinionated, like jump down your throat and be a dick. But Queen of Pentacles is telling me it could be an Earth sign, which would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And basically that this person is stable. They have their shit together, I would say, for sure. But or they're working towards that. That's like what they're about, basically. That's what they do. Or eventually they'll be there. Like that's what they're working on. But I feel like they'll be there at that point. That's kind of like what they're representing. But they're also kind of a loner, because see how she is like sitting alone. She has her pentacle and she's good, but she's alone. So it's kind of lonely. This person's kind of used to being on their own, taking care of themselves, not really needing to take care of anyone else. Just handling themselves and, doing that. So it might be a little slower that it gets off the ground, but that could be a good thing. They're not jumping into this, because that could mean that they're doing that with other people. And, so they're very serious in the way that they go about relationships. It's like their Venus is in Capricorn or something. I mean, it may not be the case, but it's that kind of energy of like they're taking things slow, because they're not used to being just with people. Like they don't just get in relationships, so they'll be more serious about it. Very caring though, person who cares for you a lot. May have a weird way of showing it, like not very affectionate all the time, like just, like I said, again, taking it slow. So you guys will have many conversations before things get off the ground. That's a good thing though. They're not jumping into this. This is a person that it's going to take some time, but to me that's a good thing. And I don't think that they'll really they're kind of stubborn about being with you. Like they want to, like there's a lot of love there. There's the Ace of Cups here, also the Five of Swords. So like I said, they're not really a person who is a dick. So I feel like that's talking about their willingness to be with you, and it's going to be kind of aggressive in a way. They're not going to really stop. It could be slow, but you will see that if you try to turn away, they're going to try to get your attention. Like you will know who this is, because they're going to, well, but maybe not at first you won't, because they're not going to be quick about it. They're not going to be like, hi, nice to meet you, let's get married. But they're going to be like taking it a little slow. But then once you get to know them and maybe start dating them a couple times, then you'll be like, oh, this is the person she was talking about, because they will not stop. Or they're not like in a bad way, but just a way they're consistent for sure. Like they know that they want you, and that's kind of what they're not willing to give up, for anything. Yeah, that's right. Relentless. But not in a bad way, I mean, hopefully it could be, but I don't really see it as bad, because the Ace of Cups is here. So it's pretty much showing me like there's an abundance of love that you guys have to give each other, that it could really be a good thing, that it could be a long-lasting thing. And of course, we're asking about your next long-lasting relationship, so I feel like that is definitely what it's going to be like. Okay, but this person, since we're looking at negative also, they could be a little bit too focused on money and material items, things that maybe you're not too interested in, or maybe you are, but that's going to be kind of like a thing that is not needed in the relationship, a thing that is the focus when it shouldn't be. So I feel like they will have their shit together and be stable, but it could be something that they're a workaholic, or something where they're not really spending too much time emotionally or at home or in things that you feel like you need more of. So that could be one of the downsides. But there's the devil here. So it's I think money will be something that isn't really a good part of the relationship. Like you'll have it. I don't think you guys will be lacking in it, but it will be a bad thing. I mean, not all bad, but it will be a toxic kind of negative thing that you guys should try to work on, should try to kind of focus on things that are more emotions, feelings, discussing those and being close, instead of just what money we have and what stuff we have, Make sure that this relationship is based on more than just how it looks and what they can provide to you. or vice versa, but I feel like this person will be the one who is more set, like when you meet them. Not that you won't be, but I think they're used to taking care of themselves, so they will have been pretty stable financially for a while. But it just seems like that's kind of a big part of their life that shouldn't be the sole focus, and it may be something that is really not good for the relationship. So just focus, not focus on that, but keep that in mind. And thank you for the question. Okay. I think this is Daniel. I mean, I think this is the question about Daniel for Maria. Yes, the question, does Daniel think of reaching out? Okay, that's the last question I'm gonna take because I just got like really tired all of a sudden. But I don't even know why. This is like, I guess, very doing readings is like you have to put a lot of energy into it. Like it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so let's see here. Does Daniel think of reaching out for Maria? Okay, got the Seven of Pentacles there, but let's see. Does Daniel think of reaching out? Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna switch my deck, because I just don't feel it right now. I don't feel it with that deck. It seems like it's not right when it's coming out. I don't know how to explain it. It just, like, I don't know. It just felt off. So does Daniel feel like, does he think about reaching out to Maria? Does he think about reaching out to Maria? Okay, Maria. I'm gonna have you pick 1, 2, or 3. Which one? Which number? 2. Okay. Okay. Is he a fire sign? Or Gemini? You're Leo? Okay. Well, I'm getting that he feels a little bit trapped and stuck. Like that could mean that he's not really sure what to do, that he's not sure if he should or not, or that could mean that, because also we do have the 6 of Wands here. So I'm feeling like he feels like stuck, but he also feels like he has control, or he's like on top. Like he's good, in the situation, like whatever the situation is between you. He's stubborn, prideful, all of the great Capricorn things. No, but but we do have fire here, taking action and the lovers. So obviously you guys were lovers. But yeah, he's trapped and stuck. And that could be something that's not really your fault. Maybe it's that he doesn't have the power or the control. And so that makes him feel like he doesn't really want to proceed because he needs that. And you're not giving that to him because, like, you don't have to, and you're Leo. But so let's see what he's feeling stuck about here. Yeah, closed off, not giving or taking any offers. Yeah, he's very stubborn. So whatever happened between you, he's being like really standoffish and stubborn about it. And he's really not even like he's like at a point where he's like so stubborn about it that he's like, it's not even reasonable. It's like just for the fact that he's stubborn is why he's not changing what he's been doing. You know what I mean? Like he's just like no cooperation. Like he he's fought all these people and he's just like it's like kind of like a bully, I want to say, but it's just somebody who's like, I think it's just because he's obviously insecure. But like I said, I feel like he needs to be in control. So for some reason, whatever happened between you, he feels like he's not in control. But I do think that he wants to reach out, but he also won't right now because of the pride and the stubbornness. He doesn't want to feel like he's like starting that or making the first move or initiating when he feels mad still. But interesting. He's kind of this person who can provide stability, and he's thinking about how that was in the past between you. So I feel like you guys did have a good connection, and there is hope for it to rekindle. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to happen because I know he's being really stubborn right now. But with the star card here, I feel like there is definitely hope because he's thinking about it from the past. He's thinking about it and he's considering everything that's happened. And it was fairly stable, but for some reason, it's almost just childish what he's doing right now, And if he's willing to stop doing that, then yeah. I mean, so right now what he's thinking about, that's why he's stuck. Because he's thinking about all of that, all of how it was and how he kind of how things were good at one point and how he wishes they could still be like that because that was good for him. He's like down with that. But for whatever reason, now he feels like he's losing control. Maybe it's just a personal thing in his life. And now he's taking it out on this relationship, or he's, just not man enough to just own up to what his life is a bit falling apart, you know? But for whatever reason, this is kind of falling apart. There's changes that need to be made here. And if you already know what those are, that's great. But something needs to change because that's what the tower represents. Something needs to change or it's not going to be the way it used to be. And that's what he wants, and that's what I'm sure you want. But I do think there is hope for it to be the way it used to be, or there's hope for it to be for you guys to try. But just also don't focus too much on it how it used to be, because you don't want to focus on that in a way of like saying, like, if it's not how it used to be, then we failed and it won't be good, because changes will happen and be made. And so basically, like, if you're willing to make changes, and if he is as well, like his stubbornness needs to change, he needs to be more cooperative and open, then this could be a really good thing. You guys could get back together, but just remember that things will be different a little bit. And here's the Four of Swords. So I feel like, yeah, it's a break. It's not an ending, but it is a break. So while you're on this break, try to improve yourself, in any way that you can, in all ways, and that sounds vague, but I just mean, if you're not really sure what the changes need to be made, like, I feel like it's for both. We know changes he needs to make. I don't know if he knows that, but for you, just if you don't really know what you could change because you feel like you haven't done anything wrong, try to do a bit of self-reflection. Try to figure out like what you can personally do to make it better, because we can't make anyone do anything, but we can personally do things and change how we react, obviously. So just try to focus on things that are positive and things that are good things to do. Like, no matter what, he can't look at it like this is a bad negative thing. And if he does, that's him, like, you just know it's not me. Like, I know I'm improving myself right now. This is good. There is nothing wrong with this. Like, this is a positive thing. So just focus on positive things like that. So thank you for the question, and I hope you guys liked the readings. Subscribe, and I'll do more of these. That was really fun. I'm like super tired right now for some reason, like all of a sudden, but that was really fun and I really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys did too. And I hope you guys got a little bit of clarity. So like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and have a good night. Okay, bye.
Mm,